Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. G'day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now today's video is all about GTI update again. Well, why is it again? Because, well, that's the most current news. Apart from all the other, there hasn't really been any updates on skill migrations, unfortunately. Basically, all the visa policies are waiting for the February, this month. February will be a lot of updates, so make sure you subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Now, GTI, Global Talent Independent, now what's happening? Seems to be it's slowing down, yes, and there are some internal information that I want to share with you, which just came out a couple of days ago, perhaps less than 48 hours. Let's have a look at the email that I received, and I'll obviously explain what they really meant and how it will actually relate and will affect the process of the GTI visa, and what is my advice. That I will put that at the end of this video. So alright, let's have a look of this email that I have recently received. It's, I guess you can see, it's from Global Talent North Asia. That's where the location is, but it's for all the Global Talent officers around the world. They will have this generic email. So basically what it does, what it says, okay, so as you can see, it's 2 days ago, so it's very recent. Global Talent Visa Program important updates in line. Let's have a look. In line with Australian government priority and the prioritisation of global talent program, expression of interest. Well, obviously, so the first sentence sounds pretty good, but the key here is at the end of the sentence. It's no longer available, so no prioritization. Now, why is it? Well, it's pretty obvious because first of all, they have ran out of the quota. Now, I'm not saying that there won't be any more quota being provided, but as we have looking into the my previous video talking about the general skill migration, where there's not enough invitation or acceptance or lodgement of the skill migration visa, perhaps by end of February or I think around Easter, more quota will be given, and obviously by July, the new financial year, they will review the whole quota, and I believe that will be resumed back to whether it's going to go back in 2021 with 15,000. That will be really sufficient, but I think we'll be somewhere in between. But obviously we're going to counter the increase of annual quota as well, which is that they're gonna announce it by February this year, 2020. Yes, February. So this month will be very important for the new policies for 2023 and 24. Now, this page is not the new policy. It's what they had provided and published end of last year. So basically, that's what we're gonna look for. So there are a lot of information being provided by the stakeholders in different government bodies. And let's go back to that email, shall we? Okay, so if it's not longer prioritized, what's gonna happen? So a lot of these things here basically said, well, look, if it's not prioritized, but they still encourage you to, lodge the visa. So obviously, as you might notice, my previous video, the war on global talents. So it's not just Australia won the global talents, it's all the other countries. I'm not mentioning other Asian countries and all the other European countries. They all want global talents. So I don't think this program will, easily be shut down. And I don't think so, because these high value talents, obviously, whether the numbers of these talent arrive in particular country will actually bring a lot of benefit to that country, isn't it? So anyway, they ring out of the quota. Now, a lot of people may ask, well, why don't they allocate more quota, more numbers to the actual program. Well, yeah, they did. But what happened with the job and skills summer, remember? That job skills summer back in last year, September, is that the skill shortage. They need people to go there and work immediately, and still we are already in 2023 and been looking into a lot of media and news and article talking about potential recession due to the increase the raise of the interest rate from the Reserve Bank of Australia. Now, would that skill shortage still be there? Well, I think it would. And as a government of Australia, I don't think they will repeat the error that the former government had made. So the former government thought the economy is all right. They don't have that future thinking, so they start to cut down migrants numbers, start to cut down the skill migration numbers. Then when the big issue came, for example, the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic that we had just experienced in the past 2 or 3 years, then out of the sudden, all the skilled migrants, all the skilled people is gone. Not enough to actually serve the economy. We got to remember, obviously there's a recession, but after recession there's a recovery. And when we hit the recovery, we still need these people to come anyway. So skill migrant still very important. So I think the global talent program will definitely be there, and I don't think the government of Australia will actually repeat the error in the past history. So what they have actually done in previous, so that caused all the skill shortages nowadays. Not until today, still there are a lot of restaurant owners, construction companies, you name it. They have contact either around the nation. Even I received an email looking for skilled workers, and the news is talking about getting into recession, and these people are still looking for skilled workers. So anyway, okay, let's have a look. Furthermore, there's a further information, the important part. I'm not going to take you to an important part because a lot of these email are very generic information, and it's wasting time. So I'll take you to the important part. So the global talent visa program, because it's 2 pathways. Well, obviously, we all know that. So we're focusing on the global talent independence. So we're looking at the international recognized record, exceptional outstanding achievements for the priority sectors. So priority sectors are all those tech sectors that we have gone through in the previous GTI video. And I have specifically explained in different sectors. So you might want to check my channel out. Click on the playlist, especially on the GTI. I've got all that explained in each single video there. So, all right, the important part is here. Now, pay attention. EOI, so expression of interest, are usually assessing order of receipt. So, the earlier that you submit, the sooner that you get it. But there's a however. The key is here. The candidate are extremely high caliber, may receive priority assessment. So I think this is the key here. So it depends on the quality, and also depends on the how the GTI's candidates profile, high or low. Again, it's an EOI expression. Means I usually use this scenario to actually explain all type of skill visa. So global talent is a type of skill visa, definitely. And how the skill visa system works in Australia is, it's basically like going to a job interview. Now, if a good company, they're looking for 10 people, and they are thousands of people lining up for this job position. Obviously, if you're a HR manager or the senior manager of that company, you're looking for the brightest, correct? So that matches back to exactly what this GTI program is looking for. Obviously, they are looking for someone who is a high caliber, and obviously extremely high caliber will means people with very senior position of a particular tech firm. So they will be highly recommended for priority. So although at the beginning said the prioritization is no longer available, but in the EOI there is still priority assessments. It depends on the quality on the profile of that candidate there. So how do we deal with this now? Obviously, first of all, the immigration still encourage all the global talent to put in their application, expression of interest in. Now, the effect of this, obviously, there will be a delay, drag along. So previously, you're putting at EOI and prioritize by endorsements, and everything will be assessed, about 3 to 6 months. So now I suspect that will be a little bit longer. But this longer process, would it continued? Probably not. Probably not. The only reason for this delay or slowing down, should I say, is caused by the quota given by the annual migration planning level has been reached, and also the upcoming policy change and announcement in February this year. So once it's done, and given 1 or 2 months of the tidying up, by Easter everything will be, I think, we're back to normal, and then by July everything will refresh with a new annual intake number again, which will estimated predicted to be higher than 195,000, as a lot of the stakeholder has urged the government actually do that. So if the number is more, obviously by July everything will resume back, hopefully just like the previous. But would the endorsement team, prioritization team still be there? We don't know, but as long as your application is good enough with a quality profile, with a high caliber candidate there, you'll definitely be prioritized. So that doesn't mean only the senior people can get prioritized. As long as you have, what I encourage people, the GTI candidate, do is, provide as much as you can. Provide, you gotta present yourself. You gotta present the best of you, and you can update this EOI all the time by emailing to globaltalent@homeaffairs.gov.au. Anyway, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below. And I see you next video. Goodbye.